It is finally summer! I just got these flowers. Look how beautiful they are. In celebration of that, I was actually thinking when the weather gets hotter and warmer, there's a lot of internal and external changes that happen within our body, on our skin, what we need to eat, what we need to look to feel good. So I thought I would round up my best kind of summer reset glow up tips, starting with skin. You want to hear what hydration sounds like? So even though me loves summer, this is honestly when I look potentially the least cute, because what happens is our pores get larger, it's filled with grease, every crevice of our body is sweaty, and inflammation, which causes redness and irritation, and I actually get like hives when it gets hot. Summer routine is all about minimized and my products just doing the most while I do the very least. So here's what I use and what I do in the summer. Just imagine your skin is like a kettle. So we have a lot of heat in our body, and what happens to the kettle? The water evaporates. So in summer, all our skin hydration and bodily hydration is like dissipating into a mist into the abyss. So it's really important to add hydration through toners, and these are my favorites. So the Curel is just the most moisturizing mist. It's got the ceramide concoction they formulated for years, and it's honestly the most moisturizing toner mist I've ever tried, especially for you guys with irritated redness, because as I said before, my skin is very prone to irritation and inflammation. Can you see I have like heat inflammation? It's like actually itchy and a little bit rough, so I get this when the temperature gets too hot. So for my skin, I just need to double up the water. 2 layers of toner at least. So I normally use these two. And then this one just smells really good, so I'll just kind of use that more as an aroma. This is the Pure M one that I've been using for like 5+ years now. Comes in a huge bottle, so what I also like to do is do like a DIY mask. It's based in yuzu water, so it's also brightening without, you know, the irritating effects, because you guys know I can't actually use vitamin C a whole lot, so I like these kind of more gentle brightening ingredients. This one's got a little bit of centella, vegan ceramide, green tea, basically everything that you guys know I've loved. It's basically just your skin but in a bottle, and I use these all year round. And then I'll move on to moisturizer. These are my winter moisturizers. Very thick, very cushiony, but when it gets to summer, you don't want those textures anymore because they're a little bit too sticky, greasy. It doesn't absorb because it's so hot outside. You know, it kind of attracts bacteria if things are sticking to your face. So I will immediately switch up to textures that are lightweight, soothing, non-greasy, but also hydrating. And so I've been using the Dr. L3. This is the 345 Relief Cream. This is honestly the bomb. When you put it on, it gives you this beautiful glass skin, but when it settles and, you know, dries down, it just looks like satin over your face. And every time I use this, the itch actually immediately goes down. It's kind of cooling, but not in a minty way. It's just like really refreshing. Do you see the like kind of redness actually goes down because it has a little bit of centella calming that heat from within. I just love this so much. It doesn't give you a super sticky feeling as well, which is really important for summer, especially if you have like combination skin. And I still get a little bit of hormonal breakouts, you can see in the B-roll, and this also helps with calming that down. And you might be wondering why it's called 345. So it's because there's 3 ingredients for blemish prone skin, 4 skin nourishing ingredients, and 5 soothing ingredients, and it's all written over here. I know you guys are gonna love this. I know it's the perfect gel cream. They actually do have a thicker one. They have the 147 cream, which for me is more of like a balm because it's a barrier cream balm. So that's this one here. So that one is a little bit thicker, but for me, this is perfect. So I also want to thank Dr. Althea for sponsoring this portion of the video because they honestly have some of the best gentle, soothing, no fuss, dependable SOS products. Ro and I have been obsessed with this melting lip balm. It's like the goat of all lip balms. Okay, so then moving on to probably one of the, yes, it is the most important. Sunscreen, I am still using this Anua Hot Leaf Sun Cream. It's because, once again, it's soothing. I basically just layer up soothing ingredients and hydrating ingredients, and that's all you need. It's just like a sunscreen that melts into your skin. It has no scent, there's absolutely no streaking, white cast. It's like everything you want. All of that in the morning takes me about a minute to put on. You know what I mean? Like at max, 2 minutes. And because summer, we need to double down on our sunscreen. I also bring this Beauty of Joseon, the matte sunstick with me. This is honestly still my favorite one of all. It just mattifies the skin, makes it look so good. Don't use the sunstick as your main application, so definitely use something like this first and then something like this throughout the day. Something is better than nothing, you know what I mean? Wait, you can do your whole
eye drop.
I also have eye drop. Okay, and then just last kind of tip I have for the summer is sheet masks. I love my sheet masks, especially for cooling your skin down. My favorite is actually, you know, the VT ones. These are the hydrogels, 2-step mask with the Riedel, so it's giving you also a little bit of textural enhancement. I've been using these ones from Sungboon Editor as well. They're really great. Also hydrogel. I recently tried the Regeron that I got from Korea because I was like, oh, that must be really good. I was very disappointed in the actual sheet because it is stiff as heck. Anyway, there is no shortage of face masks, but I also recommend doing these. You can put them in the fridge if you want for that extra kind of like cooling effect, and it just does the most. Okay, and then for a little bit of makeup, I'm not gonna get too much into it. I also just like to keep it super streamlined. These, oh, so good. Okay, so let me first talk about lip. Guys, I've also found this honey melting lip. Oh my god, it's like a jelly, and you can use it kind of like a lip gloss. It smells like grape, but when you put it on, it's got the most subtle, comfortable, long-lasting tingle. This is like my new favorite lip product. Found this on YesStyle. You guys have to pick it up. It is amazing. It is the most nourishing thing ever. And then for my face, I just have been using this one forever. It is a Borean. I love it because it's just the perfect amount of coverage where you can still see a little bit of your skin. I think now these days, I don't want to cover up everything. I actually want a little bit of like imperfection to show through because it just gives that nice like natural look. A good old lip and cheek duo is very important. I'm still using the Claire's as a lip tint. It's like still my favorite because it's so lightweight. It's like a water. But for blush, I think blush is really important for the summer because it kind of adds to your whole look. It makes you just look fresh. These free ones, so good. The lighter shade has more of a white pigment in it so that when you first put it on, it's this brightening base and then you follow it with the actual blush color. And let me tell you, it gives you the perfect baby doll look. My favorite shade is actually not here. It's like at the office because I use it every day. It just looks like skin. I still love all the blushes that I talk about. Like, remember how I was saying the Japanese ones are my favorite because it makes you look poreless. And I think for makeup in the summer, you definitely want it to be a little bit more poreless, matte, because you don't want overglow because you're gonna get glowy anyway, girl. I forgot maybe one of the most important things, which is powders. We want that natural look, but we want to keep our oils balanced. The Innisfree, super affordable. I use it as like my dry shampoo emergency as well, but I've recently been using the Decor, and this one is so good. It's a little bit more expensive, but totally worth it because it doesn't look completely matte. It has a reflective quality, leaves your skin looking airbrushed. So for my bag, what I carry around is this guy. It's a blotting paper, but the puff has a little sticky thing, and then you just bloop, and then it takes the puff off so you don't have to use your fingers, and then you dab it just like a powder. You can just take it off. Oh my god, this is so cool. Okay, so we're in the bathroom, talk about body care a little bit, and there's a couple of things that for me, your low maintenance girl always uses. For the summer, I feel like it's really cool to have kind of like a soothing wipe or a spray. So this one is from BODYCARE and it's the Cooling Body Mist Unscented. If you bring this around in your bag on those really hot, humid days, it's so perfect. It honestly makes you feel like you're in an air-conditioned room and you just spray it all around on the body. Even though it's unscented, there is still a scent. It's kind of like minty. And products like this, you never knew you actually needed until you start using it and you're like, oh my God, how have I not been using this in summer? Pew, pew, pew. I always like to also carry around some body wipes, you know, just to like refresh. You know how you're sweating when you're outside and then sometimes you're like having a picnic and the dirt and dust sticks onto your sweat and you feel crusty. I hate that feeling. Then you guys know I love trying different deodorants because your girl sweats a lot and I don't have the gene where I don't smell like anything. So I definitely do smell if I don't protect myself. And not lying, I've tried at least 15 to 20 different antiperspirants in my life and none of them worked until I discovered this brand in Japan. It's the Soft Stone. If you guys know, I love the green one. It's got this like powdery formula that just absorbs all the sweat. It just makes any smell disappear. You don't sweat as much. You don't smell. It's just magic in a bottle. But yeah, it's invisible. You don't see anything. I've recently been testing this one. This is like an intense deodorant cream for serious users. You see this? It's like a cream. And then you put it on, but it also just like blocks all aromas and body odor and things like that. So that's also another favorite of mine. And then we have my favorite moisturizers. This is honestly something that everyone is sitting on. For Beauty of Joseon, their body care is honestly where it's at. It smells so good. It's earthy, woody pine. This is the body cream. I put it on my little like table next to my skincare section so that I remember to moisturize my body because typically I've been very lazy to do that and this smells so good. It's not sticky as well. It instantly sinks into your skin. I love it so much and actually discovered and tried that one because I loved the body wash so much. So I've gone through 2 bottles of this. Every day I'm obsessed with showering because of it and this Pine Grove line, I tell you. No one talks about this for Beauty of Joseon except me, and I'm telling you, if you're looking for some nice smelling body products, it's where it's at. And my best kept secret are still these underarm pads. So you know how like you sweat through your shirt sometimes? You don't want that sweat patch, you know what I mean? And these are literally like a pad, but for your underarms to ensure that you don't have embarrassing sweat marks. All it is essentially, it looks exactly like a pad, but there's a sticky side that you adhere to the actual shirt. And then this just kind of like sits on top. So if it's a loose shirt, this won't really touch your skin, but if it's a tight shirt, then this absorbs directly from your pits. Here, let me do a live demonstration. This underarm area, is that not the most genius thing? I think so. Last but definitely not least, I think this might even be the most important, is this exfoliating mitt. So one of the girls on my team actually found this on YesStyle, and it's just this kind of like sheer cloth, but it's this exfoliating material. And she was like, Fel, you have to try this. I love it. It's soft, but it's also exfoliating and, you know, it helps with the eraser shavings and dry, dead skin. And I tried it. Can confirm it's amazing. It's not like uncomfortably hard like some other exfoliating mitts can be. Once or twice a week, I'll use this to kind of wash it off and it just gets all the dead skin off. Because it's this kind of towel, you can kind of put it on the back like this and get the back, which I typically never get. It's so soft after the shower. Your skin is so soft. So yes, I do that right here. And then just quickly for the body, I think a perfume is really important for the summer because fresh. And this Aloria one is my favorite for spring and summer. It's the Gentle Showers one. So fresh. It's got this key aroma of perilla leaf. Aloria is a Korean brand and they're trying to bring, you know, the cultural heritage to high quality fragrances. So good. If you're in New York, visit their store. It's in Soho. This is my signature scent. It is the Fire. I also like to spray one into my hair because I feel like it makes all the difference. Over time, during the day, the clothes fade. The hair and the hot pulse points emit scent. But in saying that, don't go ham because my pet peeve is when people spray too much perfume and it's like... Clouds! My favorite parts of summer is actually dressing up because one, it's super easy, it's light, and you don't have to think of putting on like 6,000 layers. So I thought I would just share some of my kind of staple pieces that I rotate every single day because I kind of follow the capsule closet philosophy. I don't buy a lot of new things. Every year I just kind of mix and match the same things but make them look fresh and different. Starting off, let's talk first about my favorite colors to wear. So I am very much anything pastels I think are totally on point for the summer. So pastel pinks, pastel blues, pastel purples, whatever it is. And my tip is also just to mix the pastels with a neutral. I typically match my colors with white or brown, and you can never go wrong with that. And adding browns doesn't have to be through your outfit. It can be through accessories like bags, because brown to me is more wearable than black. It's just less harsh, but that's also because I have a warm skin tone. So if you have warm skin tone, you will also probably work better with browns rather than black because black can work better with cool skin tone. Or you just kind of color block. So I love wearing light pinks. The reason why I like pastels is because I think it matches generally most skin types. Pop of color. Jeans are also neutral. It just makes it more wearable. A new color that you'll probably see people talk a lot about is actually something called like the butter yellow. It's not anything too deep or vibrant of a yellow where it's kind of hard to mix and match. For example, something that's just like slightly off-white, and then I have this like bag that's also kind of butter yellow, and then what I'm wearing now, like you can barely tell, right? It still looks very neutral. I mean, it's a trend, but really the colors have been around for a long time. And then on top of that, I love blues. So for example, this is like a typical blue that you'll see me in, and I think matches a lot of different people as well, and just makes you feel really fresh. And this one's from Love Bonito. Then I just kind of want to mention patterns as well as materials. So for the summer, I basically don't wear patterns at all except for stripes, and I think stripes are such a great summer print. So I have a lot of these kind of like striped t-shirts that I love wearing. This one has a collar, super soft. I wear that all the time. And then you have like different, you know, colored stripes like this. There's also striped shirts like this. And I love putting these over like a tank top or anything like that. And maybe a little bit of like gingham. Gingham is kind of like the checkered, you know, think picnic. So my tip for wearing patterns is you want the pattern mixed with a plain. And that way you like, honestly, once again, can't fail. That's my go-to combos. Then lastly, just for materials, the ones that I go to most in the summer for breathability is linens, silk, and just cotton, because those to me don't trap the heat in your body and they are a summer vibe. For example, like linen dresses like this one. And I love that even though it's kind of crinkled, it looks intentional. That is the look of linen. So for satin or silk, you can look for skirts like this. I have a bunch of like silk shirts, and even if they're long sleeve, you feel so breathable and cooling because the silk cools your skin. And then good quality cottons, so t-shirts and things like that. For like outfit combos, you cannot go wrong with a tank top, a pant, and an overshirt. And I love overshirts like this because even though it's hot, it doesn't trap the heat in, but it also protects your skin from the sun. And I just think it's awesome because you can take it off and kind of just drape it over your shoulders as well. So that's my quick little summer fashion guide. I honestly want to do maybe more like thorough fashion videos. So if you guys have any ideas about anything that you're curious about, want to see, please leave it in the comments below and we can work on that as well. It's lunchtime. Okay, so I want to take a moment here to just quickly talk about like eating for our body and eating with the seasons. For those of you who might be following our IG, you might know that I've been on this health journey, and it's because now I'm in my 30s, you know, you realize that you can't take it for granted anymore. And I think along the way, I've just realized to another level how much the food that we eat and the drinks that we drink really affect everything in our system. It truly is, food is medicine. And on top of that, in the summer, because we're damp and we're hot, we kind of want to eat foods that balance that out. So it's cooling, it's hydrating from the inside. So things like cucumbers, broccoli, spinach, asparagus, watermelon. So I actually made this quick little bowl full of seasonal vegetables because that's also been something that's on my list of things to get better at, which is incorporating fiber, and you just feel so much better. Another thing I've learned recently is that if you have like stomach and digestion issues, in order to kind of help with that is eat foods that are easily digestible. That's why foods like roast vegetables are really already soft on the stomach, so it doesn't have to work so hard to break it down. And that way you can avoid things like bloating, indigestion, feeling like there's a rock in your stomach, which is like the last thing we want in the summer. You know what I mean? We want to feel light and fresh. To make this, I basically cut up the vegetables, including sweet potato, the zucchini, the broccoli, bell pepper, and a little bit of cucumber, because cucumber is really cooling. And then I season that with a bit of salt, pepper, and za'atar, garlic. You can season it however you like, but this is my go-to. And then you just roast it in the oven for about 30 minutes. Take it out, and then here I actually have some rice with quinoa and some lettuce. And then I made my own dill and yogurt dip because that's my favorite and it works so well in the summer. It's so fresh and delicious. So all you do is have some yogurt, you dice some garlic and dill, add a little bit of lemon juice, salt, and then you mix that all up. Oh, and a little bit of olive oil. It's so good. The only thing I'm missing here is like a protein, so you can either have chicken or tofu. This is like one of my favorite ways to stay full for a really long time, but also kind of eat with the season and get all my nutrients. It's just delicious. And for drinks, I cannot recommend electrolytes enough because, as you probably know, we're constantly sweating, and when we sweat, we lose salts in our body. And that's why, like, sometimes you drink a lot of water, but you never feel hydrated. That's actually why. So it's actually really important to load up on electrolytes like these. This is from Peak Tea. It's the BT Fountain. I've had it forever. There's also, what's that one? The liquid IV ones are like delicious, and I honestly love the liquid IV ones. I don't have any on me now, but we'll put a picture. And then naturally, electrolytes are also found in things like lemon, so you can add some lemon to your water. And every time I have like a little bit of lemon water, it honestly just makes me feel energized because there's something within the lemon that actually does do that to you. And I actually made a whole fruit mocktail video that you guys can watch. I'll put it in the description box, but it's got all the fruits that you'd want and they're delicious. And good thing too, matcha is also very cooling. Like green tea is cooling. So matcha, green tea are actually great for the summer. Let's go outside. Because the last thing that I want to mention that's really important about summer is I think setting boundaries. So because, you know, the days are really long, the sun sets super late at like 9 o'clock, and then the sun also rises really early, the days are just like super long, right? And I think through experience, if you don't set boundaries like when to sleep and, you know, eat at certain times and eating the right foods, then your body can very easily get out of whack and you can feel very like drained and tired at the end of the day. So I would say just sleep at the right time. My goal now is at 11 because I've learned that for my body that is the optimal time. And then like if you have trouble, you know, drinking enough water like I do, try things like different soups and fruits and set little reminders on your phone. So just little things to help you keep boundaries. No matter how complicated it gets, food, sleep, and a good skincare routine is basically all that matters in life. Well, on top of relationships and all that, right? So I hope you enjoyed this little compilation of summer glow up video. Hopefully you get some ideas. Super curious, what are some of your summer habits or summer rituals? Leave them below, share with me, because I always want new ideas. See you guys next time.